Are you disregarding any promise of God in your financial circumstances? In the Bible, we come across numerous accounts of God's promises in the lives of various individuals, such as Abraham, who received the promise of becoming the father of a great nation known as Israel, as recorded in Genesis 12, specifically in verses 1 to 3. To bestow material and spiritual blessings upon him was a promise from God, with the intention of making him a source of blessings to all the nations of the earth. Indeed, it is a promise from God that can be found in the Bible. The promise additionally designates the land of Canaan as the inheritance for his descendants, as specified by God in his divine. Certainly, we also witness the example of Moses, who was bestowed with the promise to liberate the people of Israel from the enslavement of Egypt and lead them to a land that had been promised to them beforehand. We observe this in the book of Exodus, specifically in chapter 3, verses 7 to 10. However, in regards to you and your life, particularly your financial life, do you believe that God has made any promises? What are your thoughts on this matter? Is your answer a definitive yes or a resounding no? I can guarantee you that there is a promise from God specifically for your life. So please make sure to stay in this video until the end, and I will tell you about some of God's promises for your financial life that you may currently be ignoring or not fully embracing. Hello, I'm Thaila Campos, a financial life mentor at the Rich Christian Ministry, and in this video I will present to you 3 promises from God for your financial life that you are ignoring. Even if you are facing many financial problems today, maybe even have debts, know that there are indeed promises from God for your life. You just do not have a clear understanding or knowledge about them at the moment, but it will come with time. Therefore, kindly subscribe to the channel at this moment and demonstrate your support for this video by giving it a thumbs up through clicking on the like button. Yes, indeed, forum, we delve into the realm of finances in the context of the Bible, and I am certain that you will be abundantly blessed with the profound teachings of God's Word right here on this channel of communication. Within the Bible, we come across a multitude of promises pertaining to financial life and the provision of God. Were you previously aware of this fascinating revelation? I am going to have a conversation with you, and I will now tell you about 3 of those promises. Promise number 1, the promise of provision and sustenance. Take a look at Philippians 4:19. My God will supply every need of yours according to his glorious riches in glory in Christ Jesus, ensuring that you lack nothing. That verse is a promise that God will provide all the needs of his followers. Not necessarily leading them to material wealth, no, not just that, but ensuring that essential needs are met, guaranteeing the fulfillment of their basic requirements, and ensuring that they lack nothing that is necessary for their well-being. Have you been disregarding this promise in your life, and have you been excessively preoccupied? Excessively preoccupied about end of the month bills? Yes or no? It is not about disregarding the accounts, it is not that, but rather about fulfilling your role and responsibilities. Yes, however, it is ultimately futile to worry excessively and unnecessarily spend more money on medication and subject oneself to unnecessary and excessive stress. So make use of all the opportunities that are available to you. Give your utmost effort and leave only the tasks that are beyond human capability for God to handle. Blessings for generosity promise 2. Look at Proverbs 11:25. The generous soul will prosper, and the one who waters will also be watered. This proverb teaches that individuals who display generosity will be rewarded and experience blessings in abundance. Is it a blessing? Yes, it is. The concept suggests that by offering help to others, particularly those who are in need, an individual will also be bestowed with blessings, which may include material blessings as well. Hence, I inquire, have you displayed generosity towards those in your vicinity? I humbly request a concise yes or no as your answer. How do you feel when you assist someone who requests your time, for instance, or with your available resources? Take a moment to appreciate and not overlook the generosity in your life. Ensure that God's promise, which I can assure you is unwavering, never falters when you act in accordance with it. This is the 3rd promise without a doubt, and you can trust in its fulfillment. Abundance through obedience to God. Take a look at what is written in Deuteronomy 28:1. 8. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all the commands I give you today, the Lord your God will elevate you above all the nations on the earth. All of these blessings will come upon you and overtake you if you faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed will be your offspring, as well as the produce of your land, the offspring of your animals, the increase of your cattle, and the lambs of your sheep. Your basket and kneading bowl shall be blessed. May abundant blessings be upon you always. Yes, the Lord will make sure that your enemies who rise up against you will be completely defeated and overcome in your presence. One way they will come against you, but by 7 ways they will flee from you. The Lord will send blessings to your barns and to everything you put your hand to, and He will bless you in the land that the Lord your God is giving you with abundant favor and prosperity. Take a closer look at this passage from the book of Deuteronomy. It is an extensive and profound promise from God that establishes a direct link between God's abundant blessings, including prosperity and success in all endeavors, and the unwavering obedience to divine commandments that He requires from His people. The blessings are broadly illustrated, clearly demonstrating a promise of abundant resources and specific protection in all endeavors, ensuring success, prosperity, and a favorable outcome in every undertaking. Therefore, it is crucial not to ignore the immense power that comes from faithfully obeying the principles set forth by God. If, at any given point in time, you choose to act in accordance with a financial principle, such as the law of multiplication, and make wise and profitable investments, there is no need to overly concern yourself with the future, but rather remain diligent, committed, and focused on the tasks at hand in the present moment without excessive worry or anxiety. However, it is imperative that you never doubt the promises of God in your life, for they are steadfast and true. It is important to remember that obedience is consistently more preferable than making sacrifices. And lo, in order to live in accordance with the promises of God, the Christian must indeed embrace specific practices that are in line with the principles of trust in God, generosity, and obedience to God's will. So here are a couple of practical examples as exercises for each of the promises that have been mentioned. Observe the commitment a profession entails and the sustenance a practice offers for you. Place your trust in God for all your daily needs and refrain from worrying excessively about financial matters and the challenges they may bring. One particular practice you can engage in is to consistently maintain a record of your expense charts, debt charts, and ensure absolute clarity and understanding about your finances at all times. I provide instruction on this powerful tool in the Biblical Finance Intensive program that I teach. So make sure to prioritize in your expense sheet not only your immediate material needs, but also your long-term responsible investments, trusting that God will indeed provide the necessary opportunity and resources needed for both aspects of your financial well-being. Promise 2, how you can act in blessings. Through generosity, you can also put into practice today, making sure that you actively be generous with the resources you already have at your disposal today. This may involve the regular act of donating to charity, providing financial help to those in need within your community, and offering your time and skills to support charitable causes, all with the aim of making a positive impact and contributing to the well-being of others. The concept is to foster a mindset of generosity, which has the potential to enhance your personal financial circumstances by creating avenues for fresh opportunities and meaningful connections within your local community. The promise of threefold abundance is realized when obeying God through practicing conscious obedience to biblical financial principles, which includes maintaining integrity in work, honesty in financial transactions, meeting deadlines and rules, and demonstrating commitment to family and community responsibilities that you have the privilege to uphold and prioritize in your daily life. One can also search for, comprehend, and implement God's commandments through consistent examination of the Bible and financial principles outlined in the Bible. Now, an additional piece of advice I have for you is to remember that there is a reward waiting for those who practice good stewardship. Yes, examine Luke 16:10-11. The person who is trustworthy with small things will also be trustworthy with large things, and the person who is untrustworthy with small things will also be untrustworthy with large things. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with the authentic riches that truly matter? This verse discusses the significance of faithfulness in small responsibilities as an indication of a person's trustworthiness in larger matters. It suggests that if someone is not faithful in small things, they cannot be relied upon in bigger things. Good stewardship is acknowledged and recompensed by God, not only in terms of material possessions, but also in terms of increased responsibility and accountability. Do you desire to be positioned in abundance? Do you desire to acquire great wealth in the present day? Do you genuinely want to? Then take a look. Begin practicing effective stewardship in your financial situation today with the resources you currently have at your disposal. Yes, be faithful and trustworthy with all the resources that God has already placed in your possession and use them wisely for His glory. You are simply a steward of God. Everything belongs to God. We are merely tasked with being good administrators of His blessings and resources. Practical example, manage your money as if it were not yours, as if you were a steward. Do not overlook small accounts and fees such as those related to banking. Furthermore, good management can also be practiced by consciously using natural resources in your home, recycling and reusing whenever possible, and taking care of belongings in a way that extends their lifespan. This practice not only helps in managing finances and customization, but also instills values like responsibility and respect for the resources entrusted to each individual, thus promoting financial literacy and a sense of accountability towards one's entrusted resources. Did you enjoy this video and find the tips helpful? If so, please take a moment to share it with the people you know, including your friends. Sharing this video can be a way to bless others in your life. And subscribe at this moment to the free intensive biblical finance event, which will be comprised of 28 classes, 100% online and 100% free, where I will teach you powerful biblical financial principles, all for free. To participate, just look for the link here on the screen or in the description of this video and fill in your details to sign up.